Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to Frank's Collecting Castle. My name, as always, is Daniel. And today, I thought we're going to talk about my love of Powerhouse Indicator and all the great movies they have. So I'm going to show off the box sets I have and the Blu-rays I have. But I'm going to talk all first about the live stream I did last Saturday with Jim, and I mentioned two movies, and I figured I should show them off because they're lesser known movies. And first up we have Extracted. A very cool sci-fi movie, very much not known. It's a lesser known movie that's really never talked about. So it's about this guy who is a scientist. Let's see what I can read for you here. It's in Swedish. A young inventor gets a mission to get into a murderer's memory bank to see if he's guilty with an experiment, but the experiment went wrong and now he's trapped in the villain's memories. So I try to translate that as much as I can. So, inspired by The Matrix, Inception, and The Cell, of course. So they try to see if he's guilty, and he gets trapped in his memories. It's a damn good movie, honestly. Not very well known at all. I never hear anyone talk about it, unfortunately. But I really, really like it. And I highly, highly recommend it. That is Extracted. Really do recommend this movie. It's a low, not low budget, but lesser known, not low budget at all. But it's a lesser known movie, and I highly recommend it. Extracted. I also talked about Ken Watanabe, and I mentioned a movie that is in the Japanese version of Unforgiven. It's even called Unforgiven, and I said I couldn't pronounce the Japanese title of it because you can see I really can't. I won't even try. You can see how difficult that is. Yeah, but it's a Japanese version of Japanese. Interpretation of Unforgiven. It's a damn good movie as well. I love Asian movies, and one of these days I'm going to do a video of my favorite Asian, my favorite Asian movies in my entire Asian movie collection. I have that would be a long video, but I'm going to do that one of these days. Maybe in a couple of weeks when I'm off work. I'm working for 7 straight days now, so I have a long couple of days ahead of me. Anyway, this is a fantastic movie. Ken Watanabe is great. Unforgiven. I also have some new pickups that I wanted to show off. And first we have The Fury. This is the Swedish pronunciation of it, or translation of it, which is this actually translates to The Nightmare Hunt, which is stupid. It's not The Fury, but of course we have Kirk Douglas, and it's by the great Brian De Palma. I'm such a huge fan of Brian De Palma. I love Brian De Palma movies, and he has a special style, and you can definitely see that this is a Brian De Palma movie. Weird movie, obviously. Very much sci-fi, of course, but really, really good one. I really enjoy this movie. Kirk Douglas, he always looks old, doesn't he? He's always looked old and always will be old. Next, I picked up another Dario Argento movie, and that's a Phantom of the Opera with his daughter Asia Argento, and of course the late great Julian Sands. So this is his interpretation of Phantom of the Opera. the final pickup is it's a documentary. That is Room 237. You may recognize the pattern here, and of course it is a documentary about The Shining. So it's an hour 42, if I'm not completely wrong. Yeah, it's an hour 42 minutes. And it's basically a almost scene by scene, in a way, second by second walkthrough of the movie and what they interpret everything, what everything in the movie means. What's the undertone? You know, what's the subtext? And they have all these theories and almost conspiracy theories of what everything means in the movie. In their mind, in their explanation in this documentary is like nothing is by chance. Everything has a purpose. Exactly, just the smallest minute detail has a purpose in this movie. And there's another fantastic documentary called Kubrick's Boxes, where a English documentary maker gained access to Kubrick's storage facility, basically, on his property, on the Kubrick estate. And in this storage facility, he has thousands of boxes with research material for movies that were made and movies that were not made. But it's thousands of papers and thousands, probably tens of thousands of photos of research material. Like he had like hundreds and hundreds of photos of doors, just regular doors for Eyes Wide Shut, for one specific scene where there's a door. And he had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of photos of one door, and he was meticulous about every single thing he did. So that's an incredibly fascinating documentary into the mind of Kubrick. And this one is as well. So that's Kubrick's Boxes. This is a great companion piece to Room 237. This is a very, very good, interesting documentary. So highly recommend this. And I also highly recommend Kubrick's Boxes if you can find it. I only have it digitally. I think it aired on like BBC or whatever, something like that. I have it digitally. Yeah, so but I highly recommend Kubrick's Boxes and of course Room 237. If you're interested in Kubrick and if you're interested in The Shining, watch this one. Now over to the main thing, that is my Powerhouse Indicator collection. Now I'm a big fan of Powerhouse Indicator. I don't have a huge amount of indicator movies right now, but these are the ones that I have, and I love all of them. So if we could just go through first the Blu-rays and then the box sets I have. First up is a low-level, low-budget supernatural slasher. So it's an English, British slasher. Does have a bunch of special materials or special features. This is number 163 in the line. It's not the greatest slasher. It's actually quite bad. The acting is really horrible, to be honest. This is not the greatest movie, but I just picked it up because I love slashers. And we have The Camp on Blood Island. So this has number 80. This is a movie that came out, let's see, 1958. It's black and white. I love these types of old war movies. Of course, you know, the bridge over River Kwai is the standard bearer for black and white horror movies to me, or black and white horror, black and white war movies. But this is a fantastic movie itself. Excuse me. And then we have The China Syndrome. Michael Douglas, Jane Fonda, Jack Lemmon. Really fantastic movie. Now I have not seen this movie in a quite amount of years, to be honest, but it's a great movie. You know, about the possibility of the 3 Mile Island incident. And yeah, 3 great actors. Great movie. I highly recommend it. Came out in 1979, the year of my birth, in fact. Here's all the special features. Next up is The Eyes of Laura Mars. Faye Dunaway and Tommy Lee Jones, directed by Irvin Kershner. This, to me, is a true masterpiece. I love this movie, and I've talked about this movie many times before. To me, this is a American Giallo, and it is kind of referred to as an American Giallo. And interestingly, I was watching one of the special features where Kat Ellinger was talking about the history of the movie, history of Giallos, and how this looks like a Brian De Palma movie. The first time I watched this movie, I actually thought, before I kind of checked out that it was Irvin Kershner that did it, I actually thought it was a Brian De Palma movie. It is very much a Brian De Palma movie. But it isn't. It could have been, but it isn't. Now, the interesting thing about this movie, it is written by John Carpenter. So obviously John Carpenter, one of the greatest horror directors of all time, and you know, he's taken a lot of inspiration from Hitchcock, and he's taken a lot of inspiration from Giallo. And yeah, he wrote this movie, and it is an amazing movie. I love this movie. You have all the classics of Giallo. You have bloody murders. You have the point of view. You have you know, the glove. You see the hand or the glove. You have the red herrings, and yeah, it's a great movie. It needs more attention. It needs to have another release, I think, because it deserves to have more and better special features. I mean, I was watching some of the special features yesterday. The interview with Kat Ellinger is great. But then I was listening to the audio commentary, and Irvin Kershner did the audio commentary himself, and he is really bad. He's dumb. Here comes Faye Dunaway. She's an actress. I was like, no, you want to know the inside stuff. You want to have insightful audio commentary. And he was really bad at audio commentary. And I actually do really love listening to audio commentaries when it's good ones, like Stephen Thrower or Alan Jones or Troy Howarth. People that know what they're talking about, has some insight into the movie and history and stuff like that. But Irvin Kershner, who's the freaking director of this movie, just really bad. That was really sad, but amazing movie. I love this movie so much. The Eyes of Laura Mars. Next up is an actual Brian De Palma movie, and that is Body Double. It's lazy, I know. It's Hitchcockian, but it's also, you know, very Giallo-y. But I love this movie. I think it's fantastic. There's just been like a 4K release of this, haven't it? It's a great movie. I don't know who made the audio commentary for this one. Actually, doesn't seem to have an audio commentary. That's too sad. Huh. Didn't even know that. But I'm a big fan of Body Double. Great movie. It's very entertaining. Just Body Double by Brian De Palma. I love Brian De Palma so much. Then we have we have John Carpenter talking about Isolera Mars, and him as a writer. Here he is his director for his John Carpenter's Vampires with James Woods, I should say. But yeah, is it the greatest vampire movie of all time? I don't know, but I like it. Really like it for what it is. It's an absolute macho movie. It's James Woods trying to be macho, cool. It's very entertaining. For what it is, it's great. I really like it. Unfortunately, the special features on this one is really, really bad. That's a bad thing. So it deserves another edition. But that's Vampires. Oh, I forgot the number here. That's number 19. Body Double has number 2. Isolera Mars has number 34. China Syndrome 85. Camp on Blood Island has... Oh, I said that one. There we go. Next up is number 14. That is George C. Scott in Hardcore by Paul Schrader. So this is a tough watch. This is a tough watch if you have kids. This is a tough watch if you, like me, have daughters. Or I have one daughter and 2 boys. But George C. Scott in this movie is great. This is obviously it's a movie about his daughter disappearing. She basically gets kidnapped and gets drawn into the underworld of pornography. So George C. Scott goes out to to search and find for his daughter, and goes in this murky underworld. And it's a tough movie, but I really enjoy it. It's a really good movie, and George C. Scott is such a good actor. Very peculiar man, but very steadfast in his beliefs. For example, remember when he won the Oscar for Best Actor, but he refused to accept it because he had his beliefs. And I've watched a lot of interviews with George C. Scott, and he was a very, very interesting man, and seemed like a good guy as well. And we have another John Carpenter movie. This is number 1 in the line. That is the great Christine. This is a great movie. I love this movie. I adore this movie. I think it's so good. I know there's people that don't love it, but I do. To me, this is a great movie. Oh, man, it's such a good movie. I love everything about it. The acting. I actually love the special effects in this movie. I think they're great. Can't complain about this movie at all. I'm a big fan of Christine. Moving over to the box sets. First up, we have a movie from Ozploitation. That is Patrick. This one it's loaded with special features, as you can see. It comes in this beautiful shell. This is number 430. The movie comes in this little flip media box. There's the see if I get it. There we go. It comes with this big tome of a book as well about the movie. I don't know how many pages this is. It's 75 pages. Feels like more because the pages are thick and glossy. Just another poster of it. So this is kind of a sci-fi thriller where Patrick is can move things with his mind. And as I said, part of exploitation. This came out, when did this come out? Let's see, 1978. Like Wake and Fright and Fair Game and The Long Weekend and Mad Max and all these Australian exploitation movies. Great movie. Highly recommend, Patrick. Then we have El Santo. Yeah, another one that has lots of great special features. I love El Santo. I love El Santo movies. Now, I never saw much of El Santo, but I saw a lot of his son, El Hijo del Santo, as a wrestler. El Hijo del Santo was actually the first one I saw. There's not too much available of El Santo himself, unfortunately. Comes with this. Another beautiful light media book. That's a beautiful cover. Once again, a beautiful book. There we have Santo himself in glory. Never took the mask off, except for the final interview he ever did. He, out of nowhere, just decided to take the mask up. He didn't take it completely off, but he took the mask up and like almost showed his face. And that was the first time anyone ever saw him without the mask. He was buried in the mask. And yeah, there are several statues of him in Mexico. There's actually El Santo Day, who has their own day in the world. It's not a lot of people, I mean, but El Santo had, and he has had a gigantic inspiration on popular, not just popular culture, but culture in Mexico. Another huge, thick book. As long as Indicator puts out these box sets with El Santo, I'm going to continue to buy them. And this was a limited one. Let's see here. Or limited. I don't think 8,000 is very, very limited, but it was limited to 8,000. I got number 2417. I also had the first box set they came out with. This one features 2 movies. This had number 276 and 277. This one with 278, so they obviously go perfect together. I don't think I showed Patrick. Patrick was number 430. So once again, it's a beautiful box set. You know, sturdy type of box set. Comes with 2 movies. You have Santo versus the Evil Brain. And you have Santo versus the Infernal Men. Yeah, this is that one. I think this was also limited. This was limited to 6,000. I got number 2842. Came with this, once again, huge book, huge thick book, another like 75 pages. I read this book and it's very insightful. You learn about Mexican cinema and everything Mexico. Here's one of the bonus. I'm not much for posters usually, but this poster, this double-sided poster is just beautiful. Look at that. That is so freaking great. This one is even better. I would definitely consider framing this and putting it up. This is just beautiful. It's a style that I really love, and style actually my wife loves too, so yeah. So there you have it. That's my Powerhouse Indicator box set, or box sets, and my Powerhouse Indicator movies, my new pickups, and the 2 movies that I talked about on my live stream with Jim last Saturday. If you haven't checked that live stream out, go back and check it out. I love Powerhouse Indicator. There's tons more movies that I want to get from Powerhouse Indicator. So, yeah. What do you guys think about Powerhouse Indicator? Do you like this boutique label? What kind of movies do you have from Powerhouse Indicator? What movies or box sets and stuff do you have from Indicator? Let me know in the comments. Let me know about the new pickups and Extracted and Unforgiven. So please let me know. I loved reading your comments and have a good conversation. That's very important to me. And if you want to, give me a possible thumb up and maybe a possible subscribe for more content like this. And well, until next video, everybody, I'll see you again soon. Bye.